Hey guys, I'm going to give it just 1 minute for a couple people to hop on and then we will get started. All right, so we are going to get started with our February goal mapping Zoom. For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Gianina, and I'm one of the owners of Pink Life Swag. And we love doing training and just offering different things for you guys to grow your business and to just really see people succeed. And it's cool because I have like such a passion for helping people really live out their why and be able to achieve their goals. And so to be able to partner that with like cool clothes and things that we can have to represent our businesses and just like wear things out in public where people are like, what is that? I'm going to show you guys. I actually have this shirt. This is one of our Valentine's Day ones. And it has like gut health on it and wellness and all the things that I love. So I just had to share that because I just got this shirt in and it's almost Valentine's Day, which is my favorite holiday outside of Christmas. I know it's crazy because so many people are like, I don't even like Valentine's Day. And I'm like, why? It's so beautiful. I love Valentine's Day. Anyways, so I love getting to chat with you guys and just do some training, but I love goal mapping. And I started doing this because I was listening to a training and somebody was speaking and they said, so many times in network marketing, we have these goals and this is so me, and this could be you, put it in the chat if you can relate to this, but we have these goals where like, I'm going to add 100 people to my team this month, or I'm going to add 30 people to my team this month. And they sound like good goals. And you're like, it might even be 10. Like, I'm going to add 10 people to my team this month. But we have no idea where those people are going to come from. We're just like throwing numbers out there, throwing goals out there, and there's absolutely no strategy to what we're doing. And that was totally me because, 1 month I might have gotten really lucky and my team just had a lot of momentum and we added 30 people that month. And so I'm like, woohoo, we added 30 people. We're going to do 50 this month because we're going to duplicate and have really great retention. And what happens is like nobody adds anybody because there wasn't actually any strategy to what we were doing. And it's like we're just throwing darts on a dartboard, like, oh, what should my goal be this month? Like, we have no idea, or we compare to previous year what we did. So I really want us to look at our goals and say, okay, what do I want to accomplish this month and how are we going to get there? So I'm going to share my screen and I want you guys to let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can't see my screen just to make sure. All right, can you guys see me? We good? Okay, perfect. So this is our February goal mapping Zoom. Normally, I like to do this earlier on in the month, but I was doing a social media fast at the beginning of this month and just didn't have the time to put it all together and promote it and share it with you guys. So we're doing it a little bit late, but you can take this exact same system and apply it to every single month this year. And there's a lot of information in here. So this is stuff that you can screenshot, you can share it with your teams. And if you guys want to, let me know and I can send this out in an email as well so that you guys have all of this information so that you guys can actually print this out and apply it to your businesses. So the first thing that we're going to do is I want you guys to spend just 5 minutes. This is going to be similar to the brain dump that we did if you were in the time management course. We're going to spend just 5 minutes writing down all of our goals for this month. So I want you to write down personal goals. I want you to write down things for your business. I want you to write down things for your health. If sleeping more is one of your goals, write that down. But just a brain dump of everything that you would like to accomplish from now through the end of the month. So I'm going to set a 5-minute timer. And if you guys want to share some of the things in the chat that are some of your like big scary goals or like your exciting goals, you can share those in there too. But at least write them down, and we're going to figure out how to organize some of those goals here in a little bit. But for right now, everything that you want to accomplish from now through the end of the month, go ahead and spend some time writing that down. Okay, so I definitely have a handful of goals and things that I'm working on. And I know it seems like it's so late in the month, but we can definitely do this. So, yes, Nicole, we were just writing our goals down right now. Sorry, I'm just now seeing that. All right, so now what we're going to do is I want you guys to look at your goals and I want you to pick your top 3 goals out of the ones that you have written down, the 3 that are going to be the most important to you. And remember, when we're looking at what's going to be most important, we're not just looking at what matters the most right now, but what's going to matter the most in 5 years and what's going to matter the most in 10 years. What goals are going to be the most important long term when we're prioritizing it. So pick your 3 goals. And we are going to do some goal setting and being very specific with them and how we're going to achieve those things. So this is called the 5-3-1 goal setting method. So you have one objective. Your objective is going to be what you're wanting to accomplish. So let's say that objective is to get to your next rank. That can be one of your objectives. And then 3 goals to help you achieve that objective, and then 5 strategies to complete each goal. So does somebody want to share what one of their goals are? And we can go through this together so that other people can see how this is going to work, what the process is like, and you can kind of do it while we're chatting as well. So does anybody want to share? If not, I can share one of mine. You can unmute yourself or put it in the chat and I'll unmute you.
I would like to add 3 to my team so that I can get on the road to gold.
Awesome. So adding 3, so on the road to gold. Perfect. So if your objective is to add 3 to your team, what are 3 goals that are going to help you enroll those people? Like, what are 3 things that you can do in order to help you reach that? So I'm going to give you an example. Like, one might be, I need to expand my network in order to enroll somebody, or I need to expand my knowledge, or I need to host more events. Like, what are 3 goals that you can have in order to accomplish that objective? Terry, do you want to answer that?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
The three you just said are perfect.
Yeah. So expanding your
Why
network.
That's why I've been showing up with
Yes,
you.
yeah. So expanding your network, that's a good one. Let's go with the expanding your network. So you have your 3 goals, and then 5 strategies to complete each goal. So now we've said, okay, we're going to expand our network. Now we're going to look at what are 5 specific things that I can do to expand my network, or whatever your goal is, whatever your objective is. You're looking at 5 specific strategies in order to accomplish that. So I'll give you an example. One of my objectives is to help one of my level 1s go gold so that I can get to gold school so that I can accomplish that too, because I want to be always developing and growing my business and growing my team as well. So if I want to accomplish that objective and I want to help one of my team members get to the next level, then 3 goals that I can have to achieve that objective. Number 1 could be to identify who I'm going to help get to that next level. Who do I see that has the potential to get to that next level? Another goal to get to that objective would be helping them learn, helping them recruit, helping them run events. So that could be another goal for that objective. Another goal for that objective would be to have somebody brand new hop on and help them get to that next level. So that's something that I could do as well. So my 5 strategies, let's say my first strategy for identifying who is going to be that person in that runner for me is going to be to reach out to my level ones and figure out where they're at this month. See who has a goal of getting to that next level, who has a goal and not just has the desire to, but is willing to put in the work. So I'm going to identify who's that person going to be. So that's going to be one of my strategies. Another one of my strategies can be having somebody start to lead team calls so that I can see who that leader is and help them lead their team. Because if I want them to get to the next level, I want them to be able to teach people what they're learning. So again, these are just examples, but I'm going to give you guys just a couple minutes because I want you to go through all of this, the 5-3-1 goal setting for each one of your 3 main top priority goals. And if you have questions or you feel stuck somewhere and you're like, I don't really know what kind of strategy will help me accomplish this goal, please feel free to ask and let's brainstorm together and I can help you come up with those strategies and those goals to help you achieve that objective. So I'm going to set a timer again for 5 minutes. And I know we're going kind of quickly for each goal, but after, if you guys have questions, let me know and I'll help get those answered for you. All right, so I am going to go back to the chat because I really liked what some of these goals were. So I saw Danielle said to rank senior gold, which is really exciting. And then Chantel said, one of my goals is to go live more so people can see me more and get to know me more. That's really, really good. But it makes me nervous. And Jen Lee said video messages are the thing now, and I still haven't brought myself to try that either. Yes. So how do you guys prepare for lives? Do you have a goal in mind and write stuff down, or just go with it? So I write everything down, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with being prepared, and it's just different personality types. It's not that one is more authentic than another. So just to kind of give you an example, like my husband is one of those people where he can hop on a live video and just come up with things on the spot and make sense. And I've been doing this for 7 years now. And if I'm going to share my story, not anything else, just my story that has happened to me, I still write it down 7 years in. Like I still write it down. And I'm not reading from a piece of paper, but I at least have bullet points. And that way I can remember and I know I'm not going to forget anything. There's an app called Teleprompter, and you can put that on your phone. And what's cool is like you can put down bullet points or everything that you're going to say in there. And literally you can record videos. So this wouldn't necessarily be for going live. I haven't tried going live with it. But if you're doing videos, like even for your stories, or if you're doing TikToks or Reels, and sometimes those things are hard to remember, like all of the stuff that they're saying, you can just put it in the Teleprompter app. And while you're recording it, it'll scroll down so you can read what you're saying, and it's on your screen so it doesn't look like you're looking away at all, which is really, really cool. So that's a really good app to do. And then as far as going live, honestly, you guys, it really is one of those things where the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get, and just get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like just do it, just take the plunge. It's going to get easier. And it's going to get more fun too. I feel like the more that I do it, the better it is. Yeah, Danielle, that's kind of how I was. I had sticky notes next to what I was doing video wise. And this app popped up, like it was an ad that popped up. And I was like, oh, this is actually brilliant. I really like this. And so I've been using that to do like my reels and my stories and stuff, which I really like. Okay, so this 5-3-1 goal setting is something that we should do every month when we're making a goal, because we're actually looking at, what is my goal? How am I going to get there? And what are the practical things that I need to do daily in order to get there? All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use our right side and our left side of our brain. A lot of the times when we're doing goals, we're only using the left side of our brain, which is writing things down. But we need to also engage our creative side of our brain sometimes. And especially, in our businesses, we use our right side of our brain all the time when we're creating content and when we're doing different things. And so it's important to also implement it when we're doing our goal setting. So what this is going to look like is you can write things down, just like kind of take everything that you wrote down on your last piece of paper, what we just did, and kind of just organize it a little bit and say like, okay, step 1 is this, step 2 is this, step 3 is this. And then on the right side, you're going to do the same thing, but actually like draw a picture. Like I do little webs where I'll write my main goal in the middle and circle it. And then I'll say, okay, this is what I need to do here. And I'll write that down in a little bubble. And then I have my little 5 things coming out of it. And then I have my second goal and then my 5 coming out of that. So you can do it that way if you're not like super creative, but you can get creative and draw pictures or ladders or whatever it is If you want to draw a big shiny diamond because that's your goal, draw a big shiny diamond. You know, whatever it is that's going to get you excited about it, use your creative side as well. And I'm going to skip this for now just so that we can move on, but this is something that you can do later. And like I said, I can email all of this so that you guys have this information and you can print this out. I try to make the colors to where it'll work with a black and white printer so you guys can print that out. I love that, Nicole. I love the diamond. She's just going to draw a big shiny diamond on her paper and she's going to post it all over the place. I love that. Okay, cool. So we're going to do this after this call. You guys can do this on your own time, but I just wanted to explain why that's important to have that visualization and creativity as well. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the why and when. And just like it's important when we start our businesses to know our why, we all know, like I started this business because I wanted to get healthier, because I wanted to be there for my family, because I needed more finances. Nicole or Danielle says, I'm agreeing. So logical and visual. Yes, logical and visual. It's good to implement both sides of your brain. So we all knew our why when we joined this business, but it's equally as important to know your why for each of your specific goals, because that's what's going to keep you working for that specific goal, is not this big picture. One thing I love, a friend of mine shared this with me, is think about what you're leaving on the table by not accomplishing your goal. So Danielle, you said your goal is senior gold. So with your goal, that's a difference of what, like, is it $500 a month between gold and senior gold? I'm trying to remember exactly what the graph says. Maybe if you want to put it in the chat, what that difference would be for you. But usually I think between gold and senior gold, it's somewhere between 500 and 750 a month difference. So if you do not achieve your goal, what are you leaving on the table? What are you not going to have in your life? And write specific things, not just like, oh, I'm missing out on $250, right? I'm missing out on a date night with my husband. I'm missing out on being able to give my child the birthday party they want. I'm missing out on being able to buy groceries without having to look at a calculator. Like specifically what you're losing by not achieving your goal, and write that down as your why. What is driving you to hit this goal? Because it's not enough to just say, I really want an extra $100. So 21K for senior gold, 11K for gold. So pretty much double the income that you're making now. So whatever you're making now, double it and figure out. And you might be, I don't know where you are on the spectrum for gold. You might be on the higher end, but just kind of figure out what is different for you, what that difference is, and what you're leaving on the table. So Nicole, the difference from senior ruby to emerald, that's probably about $3,000, $3,500 at least. So think about what would that difference make? Like, what are you leaving on the table by not accomplishing your next goal? And why is that important to you? So write down that why. And if anybody wants to share what their why is, that's my favorite part. I love hearing people's whys and what drives them and what gets them excited. So feel free to share what your why is in the chat. And then the next thing we're going to look at is when. So we already decided our when for this goal mapping is going to be, these are our goals for the end of the month. But if you're doing this goal mapping for like a quarter, because you can use the system for anything, you're going to want to write down, okay, this is when I want to achieve this by. If you're doing this for a yearly goal, this is when I want to achieve this by. So for you right now, your when is going to be by the end of February, since it's this goal. So Danielle says, my why is so my hubby doesn't work a second job. That's crazy powerful. Like that is so crazy powerful and such a huge why. And so that is what's going to drive you this month. Okay, so we talked about the how, and we talked about the different steps that we're going to take in order to accomplish that. So you guys are going to see there's some repetition here, and the repetition is intentional. It's not because I'm just trying to waste time. It's because that repetition, we're writing it down and it's going to stick into our brains. We've drawn it out. We're going to write it down. We've vocalized it. So how are you going to accomplish these goals? What are you going to do? And then when we're talking about who, I don't want you to write down a specific person yet. We're going to get to that point. But when we're thinking about who is going to help us accomplish these goals, it's not so much like, okay, I'm going to write Nicole's name down. I don't want you to write names down yet. I want you to write things like someone who wants to rank up, somebody who wants to grow their business, somebody who wants to stay home. So you're thinking of examples of types of people and not specific names yet. So Nicole says, my 1-year-old son will be needing his 8th heart surgery soon. I'm a nurse who works and I want to be home with my baby. I just want to be able to be home and not miss all the time my family needs. I want to cry because my 8-year-old is a heart warrior too. So I know how special that is. And just being in the nursing industry and in the medical industry is so hard right now. So I will definitely be praying for you and for your family and for your son as well. But you guys have such strong whys, and just think about who else in your life and on your team, and it might be somebody who's not even on your team yet, who has a really strong why that's going to help them and drive them and is going to just encourage them to get past where they're at. Like, you want people who are going to have that tenacity, like Nicole and Danielle, what you guys shared, where it's like, I'm going to get my husband to not work his second job. I'm going to be able to provide for my son and not have to go to work and miss those moments. Like, you want those same people who have that strong why, just like you. So write that down and begin to just speak that into existence and pray over that. Okay, so now we're going to look at who am I going to help? So if my goal is senior gold, that's 250 points, like say that's my goal, I'm going to look at what 4 people can I help get there that are going to, like, if I help these people, it's going to help me too. So I am going to do some calculations here. So like I said earlier, math is not my strong point. Okay. So if I want 250 points, I'm going to divide that by 5. Okay. Because I'm going to count myself as 1. And then I'm going to find 4 other people who want to run with me. So if there's 5 people, I'm looking at 50 points. I need 4 people in addition to myself who are going to get 50 points in order for me to hit senior gold. And I'm going to help these people get 50 points. So essentially, you need 4 senior silvers, and you need yourself to have 50 points outside of that. So you're going to find your 4 people who are committed to going senior silver this month, and you're going to write those people down. And this is going to take a little time. So this is, again, stuff that you're going to have to do after this call, but you can go ahead and jot down some ideas of who those people might be so that you can reach out to them. And I want you guys tomorrow to call them. Like, if these are your people that you're like, these are my 4 that I'm just committed to, we're going to run together. They deserve more than a message saying, hey, what are your goals this month? You know, like, they deserve to have you in their corner, cheering them on. Like, hey, Nicole, I know this month is going to be amazing. We're already a little over a 1/4 of the way there, but I know that you can do amazing things this month. Like, who do you have on your team? Everything that we're doing right now for ourselves, we're going to help them do for themselves. So there's going to be that duplication. You're going to help them find the people who are going to help them, and they're going to find the people that are going to help them. So say, Danielle, I'm going to go back to your senior gold. So you're going to look for people who need 50 points and you're going to have a conversation. Say Jessica, say her name's Jessica. She's going to go senior silver. She's going to get 50 points. You're going to go to Jessica and you're going to say, hey, who on your team, you're going to want 4 people on your team. 4 is the magic number here. You're going to want 4 people on your team that are going to go silver, because if they're going silver, they're getting 6 points each per person. And then in addition to herself. So, because again, we're taking herself in there. So 50 points divided by 5, she needs only 10 points per person. Okay, so literally, even if they add 2, the incentive this month is enroll 2, get $50. So if her 4 people, if they don't go silver, which I think silver should always be the goal, and you fall back on anything else after that. But if her 4 people just add 2 people, and she adds 2 people, she's there. So your job is to find 4 people who are going to do the same thing. Okay, does this make sense? Is anybody lost? Does anybody have a goal that they want me to be a little more specific with their goal and help you see how this could work for you? You guys good? Okay, so we're going to write down some ideas of who will I help. And then in these squares tomorrow, you're going to, sorry, I get distracted by that. I'm going to answer that in a second, Danielle. But you're going to write down ideas of who these people are, and then you're going to call them tomorrow, or at least send voice messages to them, at least send voice messages. And you're going to talk to them about what their goals are, and then say, okay, great, this is your goal. Who are your people that we're going to help get there? Who are your people? Because I have people who will throw some crazy numbers out there, you guys, like they have 3 people on their team and they're like, we're going to get to 500 this month, and things like that. So, and I will never say, that's not possible, girlfriend, but I will say, okay, so tell me how we're going to get there. Let's make a game plan. And they're probably going to go, oh, okay, yeah, I probably can't do that this month, but let's be a little more realistic with what I can do. Okay, so Danielle said, I have no business people yet. A couple of you guys probably might be in the same boat, and that's okay. Guess what? We have several people who have fast started senior silver. So your job is to look for 4 friends who want to fast start senior silver. You can calculate what that amount is that they're going to make. I know there's several like graphics going around about what the earning potentials are. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, Sarah, I have a way for you to make $700 this month. Are you in? Find those people that want to do it if you don't have business builders. And you might even have customers who are secret business builders that we don't know about yet. And the key is to not make working the business scary or feel like working a business. And with them being VIP customers and being able to have so many perks, like it's so easy to talk to them about this now versus how it used to be before. So that's going to be what we're focusing on tomorrow, is filling in these little boxes and figuring out who we're going to help, and specifically doing this exact same thing with them and helping them figure out who they're going to help and how they're going to get their points. All right. So I have some exciting news. We kind of got through this a little bit quicker than I expected, but I'm doing a monthly group that we are going to be starting some coaching. And those of you guys that were in my time management course are the ones that inspired this, because so many of you just like rocked it and loved it and did really well with the other people in it. So in this coaching group, this is going to be ongoing. And we're going to have more of these calls every single month and every single week even. And then we're also going to have like more work with me's in addition to the work with me Wednesdays that we're doing with Pink Life. And February is free. So you guys can sign up for February. Just use this code. So write down February free. And that's going to be your promo code to get a month free. And it's only $23 a month. So it's not like some crazy expensive group or anything like that. And it's going to be really like coaching and helping you help your team. Your team members can also be involved in this so that you guys are all doing the same thing at the same time. But I wanted to really chat with you guys. And yes, and it's a tax write-off, $23 a month tax write-off. And honestly, it's really fun getting to do this with teams and not just individual people, because I want to see you guys grow as a team. So whether it's one person or two people, getting in there together and working together is so, so beneficial. And then tomorrow we have Work With Me Wednesday. So this is open to everybody. This is not just for the people who are doing the group. We are going to be, doing this for anybody. So you guys can invite your teams. It's the same exact meeting ID and password as today. And this is at 10 a.m. Central. So you guys are just going to work with me. I'm going to be hosting the one tomorrow. So that you guys can, let me see, I think I have some more messages so that you guys can be a part of that as well. But so with this goal mapping, I hope that what you learned is when you put a goal out there, it's not enough just to like pray that it happens and hope that it happens, and even work. Like you can work really, really hard, but if you don't have a strategy, then even working really hard isn't enough. You have to join with other people. You can't do it by yourself, especially beyond gold. You might be a very, very strong recruiter and get to gold by yourself. You might be an insanely strong recruiter and get to senior gold by yourself, which is like almost unheard of. But say you can get to senior gold by yourself, you're not going to get further than that. Like even the best recruiters not going to get further than that by themselves. And if they do, they're not going to stay there. So it's important to find a team of people. And the reason I recommend 4 is think of like a table. I know we preach the power of 3 a lot, but think of a table, okay? A table has 4 legs, and you want to keep those legs even, and you want to keep them balanced. So you're investing that time and you have a wide spread amount. So when you have just 3, it's easy for one leg to really grow and the other ones to stay shorter, and then your table is going to be lopsided. But if you have 4 and one is shorter and not growing, your table's still somewhat balanced, okay? And you want to go wide more than just deep. So that's really, really important in network marketing, is having a wide team. So I want to make sure you guys are finding your 4 people and focusing on those 4 people and helping them focus on their 4 people and helping them focus on their 4 people. And that's how that duplication is going to happen. So I will send you guys, I know someone had asked about the link to that group, to that subscription. So the link or the group, I'm going to start on Friday. And for right now, I'll probably create it now and start adding people in, but we're really like going to start hitting the ground on Friday. And like I said, February is free, so no charge. You can cancel anytime. If you decide, hey, this isn't worth the $23 investment, you can cancel. There's no penalties for canceling or anything like that. But I wanted you guys to at least just get a taste of what this group is about and share it with your team members as well. If you go to the Pink Life website, so go to pinklifeswag.com. Let me actually stop sharing and I can put the link in here. Stop sharing my screen. But if you go to the website, it's under new releases right now, but let me get the actual link and I'll put it in the comments for you guys. Okay. And then I would love to hear those of you guys that were in the time management course, how you guys loved it, because I honestly had so much fun doing that. Like it was my first course that I've ever done, and it really was just a blast getting to do that with you guys. So okay, let me put this in here. Okay, so there's a group, and then what did I say that the promo code was? I think it's February free, all caps. Let me make sure that that's what it is. And if you guys have questions, unmute yourself and let's get with this. But I'm going to be holding you guys accountable to your groups or to your goals. If you tell me what your goals are, I'm going to ask you, how are we going to get there? And what is your game plan? And we're going to get there because I'm invested in you guys now. I want you guys to succeed, and you guys really are like family to me. So thank you guys for all that you do. So February free is the code, all caps, no spaces. I'll put that in the chat too, because I'll be honest, February can be kind of tricky to spell sometimes. I still have to like sound it out when I'm writing it down. Amber says, I feel re-energized from the time management course. Nicole said she loved it. I know Angie actually just got done with day 2 today, and we had a really good call. So that was awesome. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys go, but please, please, please reach out to me if you have questions, and work on these tomorrow. Don't just like say, okay, well, she talked about this stuff. Like, go through and fill out your worksheets, print them out. I'll email them to you guys so you have them. Print them out, work on them, and let me know what your goals are, because I'm going to do a thread in the Pink Life group, because I want to pray for your goals. And I want to actually, before we close out, I want to pray for you guys and over your businesses this month. That's cool. Everyone good with that? Okay. All right, God, I just thank you so much for tonight and for this month and for these amazing women. And I pray that you would just bless their businesses and bring people alongside of them that need this. God, we know that there are people around us and people in our country and people in our state and those that we know that need this opportunity. And so, God, I just pray that you would bring those people to us and that we would present this opportunity in a way that would open their hearts to it. And I pray that you would just give us the boldness to share about the business, because that is such a great way for us to minister to people and really help them get financially free and help them with their finances in their life. And I just pray over every single woman here and her why and the reason that she wants to accomplish her goals. And I thank you that you just have a purpose and a plan. And even them being here tonight, God, that was on purpose. And there's no surprises for you. I pray right now over Danielle's situation with her husband, that he would be able to quit his second job. And we just ask that she would hit that goal, not just this month, but continually, and grow so that he wouldn't have to go back to working a second job after he quits that job. And I pray for Nicole's son, God, as he's going to need his 8th heart surgery. I just pray a blessing and a covering and a healing over him, God, that you would protect him and just help his heart get stronger and stronger, Lord. And even for Nicole's heart, as she's a mom to this, I know how hard it can be and how stressful and scary it can be. And I just pray that you would be her peace and her comfort, and that you would allow her to quit her job and spend more time at home with her son and with her family, and just every single why that is represented in this place. God, I ask that you gave them these desires for a reason, and you planted these desires in their heart. And so, God, I pray that you would make a way, and that you would also make that way something that we understand and something that we see, and give us the discipline to work towards that. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, ladies, I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow at Work With Me Wednesday if you're able to be on. And if you're not able to be on, I will have the recording. And yeah, I can't wait. Bye, guys.